Let me take you on a little tour of where our house is up to now that we've moved in. It's definitely not finished, but I've come to realize a house is never actually finished anyway. While I show you around, let's also talk about how to not let all the house stuff overwhelm you when you have a young family. I also need you to know that our house does not always look like this. I filmed each room by first going around and cleaning it up. You can bet that by the time I moved on to the next room, the first room had been completely destroyed. Actually, make that lived in. If we're going to change how we feel about our house and housework, I think we need to start with the thoughts and words we use to describe it. So our room is pretty much complete, with the exception of the air conditioning. Please ignore these delightful orange wires that hang from our walls. As you can see, we also don't have any art up on the walls yet. That's on the list behind curtains, towel rails, and toilet roll holders. I do try to keep a pretty minimal home where everything has its place. I figure the less stuff you have, the less you have to put away and clean. Of course, I also live with 4 other people who don't necessarily subscribe to the same theory. The least finished rooms of our house are the walk-in robe and laundry. They're pretty low on our priority list at the moment, but hopefully later in the year we'll have them done. When you come in the front door, you come straight into our dining room. It also overlooks the pool. The biggest challenge in this space is not letting it become a complete dump zone. Clearing it off every night and having other spaces for dumping things when you first get in helps this. Our lounge room is still a work in progress. The couch we have in here isn't really ideal for this space. It was bought for our coast house when we had an Airbnb. I think I'll either swap out the 1-seater for a small 2-seater that will fit here, or completely change them all for an L-shaped couch that fits this space. The kitchen is definitely my favourite room in the house. After having a 1-person size kitchen for over 2 years, this bench space is amazing. We still need to put up our range hood, but again, trying not to focus on the things that are unfinished and instead focus on the things that are. The best part about moving from a smaller kitchen though is that I decluttered a lot of stuff when we moved last time. So we really only have now what we need. I find that I feel most overwhelmed with housework when the kitchen is a mess. So if I try to spend 10 minutes after every meal cleaning it up, I always feel better about the place. I love that our fridge is a mess of kids' drawings, to-do lists, calendars, and love notes. I'm not 100% sold on the butler's pantry thing. I think I want to put doors here just to cover the clutter. What do you think? The kids' bathroom is unmistakably theirs, and most of the time you'll find wet towels on the floor and toothpaste smeared everywhere. I used to sweat it, but now I kind of like the reminders of them everywhere. I try to remind myself that one day they'll all be grown and I'll miss their toys and mess. The study nook is a bit of a temporary solution at the moment, and until recently this just had all our tools here. One day we'll build in a desk and a shelf, but for now this works, and the dark hallway is actually ideal for editing videos. Hello from this space right now. I'm still working out how to set up my filming space, and I've moved my desk out of here for the time being. I'd love for it to double as a spare bedroom because we don't have one of those. And I think I might end up buying a sofa bed to put in this space as well. This corner is where I'm currently filming yoga classes. We still need to hang curtains and sort out this side of the room, which holds all my lights and filming equipment. And I also need to finally finish this cupboard that I started upcycling and put the doors back on. Again, clutter, let's hide it with doors. The boys having their own rooms has been a bit of a game changer in terms of house overwhelm. Now they finally have a place to put their things away, although getting them to actually do that is still a bit of a work in progress. One of the things I have done is put a basket in each of their rooms, and this is just for clean clothes. So when I sort the clothes, I can just dump them in there, and then it's up to them to put them away. Of course, Lucas still gets help with this. I found it helps to keep their rooms so much cleaner. And yes, some weeks the clothes don't even make it to the cupboards before they're worn again, but hey, who really cares? Again, when we eventually get doors on these wardrobes to hide the clutter, it will make a big difference to their rooms. Uniforms used to be a big stress on school mornings, but this system has made it so much easier. Mostly because I can see the night before who's actually missing a shirt and chuck a quick load on so that we don't have that stress first thing in the morning. And then socks live below, mismatched, because I've got better things to do with my life than sort out tiny socks. The never-endingness of housework and renovating used to stress me out, but now I try to not give it too much attention, and instead just enjoy all the great parts about living in our home. Maybe instead of looking for hacks on how to make keeping our house cleaner easier, maybe we just need to shift our perspective instead. Thanks for stopping by.